Yeah, hello. So I wanted to go over the Yoga Sutras, Pada 1, Samadhi Pada. This would also enable us to learn some Sanskrit, and I wanted to give some word-to-word translation. Uh, so let us go through the sutras 1 to 10 of Samadhi Pada 1. So the first sutra is Atha Yoga Anushasanam. So Atha means now, often used to introduce explanations. Everybody knows yoga by now. Yoga is, you can say, union, the oneness and harmony with yourself, or union of yourself with the divine, and so on. And then Anushasanam is like a discipline, and Shasanam is like an instruction. So it's more like discipline and instruction. So Atha Yoga Anushasana. But now starts the discipline of yoga. So that's the first sutra. Let us go through the second sutra, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So again the word yoga is used. Chitta, Vritti and Nirodha. So chitta is can be translated as consciousness, the thoughts, all that is mutable in human beings, all that it's like more like consciousness. Uh, it's not yoga's chitta. It can be like a container that consists all the thoughts that we have. It's like the consciousness. So vritti again is like a thought wave, a mental modification, the ripple in the chitta. So if you think as chitta as the ocean and vritti is like the wave. So nirodha is uh, to control, to remove, and to find the tranquility. So yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha is like removing or creating the tranquility of removing all the waves from the ocean. So you have the vritti as the waves or the thought waves in the ocean of the chitta or the consciousness in which you create all your thoughts. So when all these thoughts are removed and the ocean is quiet and calm, so that is when uh, you have achieved yoga. That is the definition of yoga, according to this. So he gives, it says like the schizophrenia of everyday experience. We are all ensnared in our misconceptions. Like a schizophrenic is in his insanity, and who, after all, does not realize that he is mad, and whose insane imaginings are confirmed at every turn. Freeing ourselves of the misconceptions that alter our consciousness is a highly complex task that involves our entire being. Our misconceptions are literally embedded in our physical, energetic, emotional, and mental bodies. Nonetheless, each of us has the capacity to attain this clear state of perception, that is the state Patnjali refers to as yoga, and to which he shows us a viable path. Tada drashta swarupe vasthanam. This is the third verse. Tada, then, drashtu, the true self, swa, their own, rupa, the form, swarupe, own form, true essence, true being, true nature, avasthanam, residence, quiet place, place of business, place to stay. So here we are, these are the words. For finding our true self, just to entails insight into our own nature. So if you have to find your true self, you need to know your own nature. Let thrust to the immutable, in contrast to chitta, which is constantly changing, we have within us an immutable core element known as drashtu, or the bit, which literally means the seeing principle. Discovering drashtu, our true self, is the goal of yoga. But of course, we also see ourselves through the veil of ever mutable chitta. Only if a chitta finds peace can we perceive the world around us and our own self without distortion. The seeing principle and the concept of the seer. Patanjali discusses the seeing principle and the concept of the seer in the very first sentence of this sutra. Understanding the difference between these two concepts is of supreme importance to yoga. Drashtu literally means the seer, but can also be understood as the meaning of her true nature. Chitta, on the other hand, is occasionally translated as the seeing principle. Each of our perceptions is filtered through the veil of chitta. Looking at the Plato's cave analogy, we human beings are described as metaphorically sitting in a cave with our back to the entrance. The result of perceptions are limited to the shadows we see on the cave walls. We take these shadows to be reality without it ever occurring to us to turn around and look at the objects that are casting these shadows. For yogis as well, such direct perception is impossible due to the fact that vritti distorts everything. In short, what we take to be reality is only a rough approximation of reality, like shadows on a cave wall or a sea bottom when the ocean is rough. I try to approach every situation in as unprejudiced a state as possible. Doing this has totally changed my life. The only way to experience something is to experience it. The main point of yoga is to experience ourselves, a true nature. In other words, in yoga, you become the object of your own perceptions, although this process is subject to the same distortions as when you contemplate an external object. Practicing yoga eliminates the misconceptions or distortions engendered by our perceptions and ultimately provides us with a clear view of our own true nature. Let us look at the verse for Vritti Sarupyam Itaratra. Vritti, waves, changes, thought waves, lack of clarity. Rupyam, form. Sarupyam, similar form as opposed to proprietary form. Swarupa, in other words, we identify with something that is merely similar to our true nature, thus engendering a skewed perception. Itara, different otherwise. Itaratra, in other states otherwise. So lacking that misconceptions, vritti, skew or perceptions. Verse 5. Vrityaha panchatyavaha klesha aklishtaha. Vritya panchatayaha kleshata kleshataha. There are five types of misconceptions, some of which are more agreeable than others. Vritya, waves, lack of clarity. Panchatyah, fivefold nature. Klishta, burdensome, painful, disagreeable, unpleasant. Aklishta, carefree, unencumbered, painless, agreeable, pleasant. Klishta, aklishta. Verse 6. Pramana viparayaya vikalpa nidra samrutaya. Pramana viparyaya vikalpa nidra smritya. So the five uh, here in this verse 6, he describes the five klishtas, the five forms, five forms of five forms of vritti. They are pramana is insight, accurate perception, accurate knowledge, viparyaya, false perception, false knowledge, vikalpa, imagining, illusion, mental construct, nidra, the sleep, smriti, recollections, memory. Sutra 7, Pratyaksha, Anumana, Agama, Rama, Nani. Insight arises from direct perception, conclusions, or learning that are based on reliable sources. Pratyaksha, that which is right in front of our eyes, that which is directly seen or perceived. Anumana, that which comes from the intellect. Manas, the conclusion that is reached. Agamaha, legacy, learning from reliable sources, testimony, pronouncement by others, and documentary knowledge. Pramanani, from pramana, insight, accurate perception, accurate knowledge. Pratyaksha, anumana, agama, pramanani. Insight arises from direct perception, conclusions, or learning that are based on reliable sources. Verse 8. Viparyayo mithya jnanam atha tadrupa pratistham. Viparyaya, error, false perception, false knowledge, mithya, false misleading jnanam, knowledge, that which whose rupa, form, nature, atadrupa, different form, pratistham, rooted, calming, compatible, shabda, jnana. This means error arises, the verse 8, error arises from knowledge that is based on a false mental construct. The verse 9, Shabda Jnana Anupati Vastu Shunyo Vikalpaha. Shabda word, Jnana knowledge, Anupati consequent upon real, Vastu the thing, entity, Shunya devoid, empty, unrelated. Imaginings are engendered by word, knowledge without regard for what actually exists in the real world. शब्द ज्ञान अनुपति वस्तु शून्यो विकल्पः. Imaginings are engendered by word knowledge without regard for what actually exists. Okay, verse 10. Abhava pratyaya alambana tamo vrittir nidra. Deep sleep is the absence of all impressions resulting from opacity in that which is mutable in human beings. Abhava, absence, pratyaya, impressions, alambana, support, tamo, inertia, vritti, lack of clarity, nidra, sleep, deep sleep. Deep sleep is the absence of all impressions resulting from opacity in that which is mutable in human beings. Abhava pratyaya alambana tamo vrittir nidra.